Welcome back to Held Accountable. I'm Brandon,
I'm Mitch.
and today we are going to touch base and elaborate on the trail cam testing. Um, if you've been on the socials, Instagram, if you've seen it there, we are conducting a trail cam test. If you aren't on social media and you just hit out the podcast side of it, this is going to be your first time hearing about it. And I'm going to pass that kind of buck on to Mitch. He's just way more techie. His wordplay is much better than mine too. So we're gonna let him just kind of take it from there and just just describe kind of what we're after and why we decided to do it primarily.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't even remember where this started, to be honest. Like, it just kind of naturally evolved, I think, just through
Oh,
conversation. Did it not?
it did, but I remember literally it just hit me. Um, do you remember when we were texting and I wanted to go and find some photos? It could have been on my Muddy camera or my Wise Eye. I don't remember. But I was like, dude, this is annoying. You have to be subscribed to look at your cloud photos. And
Oh,
then I
yeah.
was finding the SD card issues, and then I pulled the card and the quality wasn't there. We're like, man, we should do like a testing review. And
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
yeah,
that's been back to now.
that's what
Yeah,
sparked it anyways. So
yeah, and it's kind of evolved from there. Like, we were talking, um, how are we going to get all these cameras? We want to test. I guess the idea of the test is to kind of find there's a couple different things we want to find out, like what's the best overall camera for kind of people who use cameras in Alberta, and we're
hmm
talking cell cams, I think, primarily. Um, what's kind of the best value for hunters in Alberta? Maybe not the best overall, but give the best value. So currently, we've got, I don't even know how many companies we have in the test right now off the top of my head.
Browning, like the officials, Browning, Wise Eye, Garda
Spy,
Pro,
Spy Point,
Spy Point's going, Wild Game's going,
Muddy.
Muddy, Stealth Cam, kind of. It's well, it'll be a fun one, but it's just their 360 cam.
Yeah, like
Um,
we're probably not gonna have every camera on the
yeah, it's
market, but I
too
think it'll
hard.
be a good representation of what's out there. Um,
Yeah. Well, but we can talk about, for the most part, we can talk about them too, and like we have buddies that are running different brands too. So it's not like we're literally getting every camera on the market
for
and trying
sure.
to make the best. It's like what's out there, what's accessible. Some companies have been huge and contributed to this test, which is so incredible. It's so appreciated.
Absolutely.
Um, and non-biased too. Like it's non-biased. We're running this for what it is, just through the grit. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess in saying that, I've kind of put a little bit of a criteria together because we kind of want to make it as objective as possible. We kind of want to
hmm
leave the subjectivity out of it. So we've got, I guess, 5 different categories that I've come up with. This is kind of subject to change, obviously.
hmm
Like category one, in no particular order. I think picture quality is important. You know, there's got to be enough definition there to understand and be able to see, like, actually make out what you're looking at, both day and night.
100%. And to add to that, um, there's nothing more frustrating than you get your. I like getting the full video, but I get how they do the multiple still images, right, to show you like the
Yep,
preview of it. That's cool. It definitely saves on battery, but it drives me nuts when you request an HD video and it's not HD.
it's no better than what you got in
It's
the
no
previous.
better. We just went through this the other night
Yeah,
with the with a critter, just trying to dial in the man. We got to get the highest possible, right, to see it, because it was just a little far out of range, and it was no better. Um so I would
yeah,
say, yeah, that added in, right, is into the quality of it. So
for sure, absolutely. Category two, I think battery life. As most guys that run trail cameras in Alberta know, battery life is a real issue.
Mm,
With it being cold a lot of the time we're running these cameras, so just trying to understand, I guess, what systems provide the most battery life. And we're running all these, I guess, kind of a caveat to this. We're not running lithiums. We're
no,
not running solar power. We're running
no,
straight up double A's, alkaline double A's that your average Joe will throw in these cameras. Um,
100%. I think that's important because like held accountable it's a statement. Hold yourself accountable, but like if you look at the what would be the word, the vastness, the broadness of Alberta, um, Joe going in to buy a trail camera from Canadian Tire, or he hits up Cabela's. He's not tuned into all the gimmicks and the perks so it's like he's gonna grab the 2 for $24 Noma 48 packs.
yeah.
Right, and he's gonna buy the camera and he's gonna go and set it up. So we want to present it as authentic as the average guy. We're not talking about diehards, solar panels, and clearly things will last. Lithiums, rechargeables, all the
12 volts. Yeah.
like, yeah, like it's come a long way. We're not talking about that stuff. We're talking about slap some double A's in, put your card in, go hang it on a fence post or a tree, and what are
See,
you getting? What are you gonna get out of it?
exactly. For sure. Um, and I know this one's actually probably, I don't know about how much if I'm gonna weight these differently, but I think battery life is one that's like gonna be up there for me if I do weight it, because um it is important, and sometimes you're putting these cell cameras in fairly sensitive areas where maybe you don't want to be going in and out of all the time because your batteries are dead. So that could be a big issue for some people,
100%.
right? So
Yeah,
just some food for thought there.
yeah.
Third category, just general functionality and connectivity. Um, these cell, especially with cell cameras, like how much cell reception can they grab in kind of those low connectivity areas where cell service is minimal at best, and
Hmm.
how much of the pictures that they are capturing are actually being sent back to you in real time. Um,
Yeah.
I noticed this over. I let my cameras soak in my whitetail spot over the winter. I didn't actually get back to them until April this year. And, I'm not going to name the brand of the camera right now, but they did do a pretty good job of um, transferring through what they captured. But I did notice there was still probably 30 to 40 pictures that as I downloaded the SD card, I'm like, I never got this on my app. So just some that's obviously an issue, making sure what the camera's videoing or taking a picture of actually gets back to you.
Yeah, 100%. Because yeah, like exactly, you got to know what you're getting, right? So if a camera's going to miss pictures, we want to tell you which ones do. And maybe that's a camera that you maybe put in some farmland that's got better cell reception, right? Maybe it comes down to a cell
100%.
reception thing. Maybe it's
100%.
not the camera that you're going to go bury 10K back in the bush looking for elk moose or giant, bush bucks or whatever. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
so
Um,
that's a good point.
yeah. Category 4 is has to do with the app that the cameras use slash like the technology. So just how user friendly is the app? Is it easy to connect your cameras? Is it easy to push downloads or updates from your app to the camera, or do you have to bring your SD card in, format it, put a new software update in, and then
Hmm.
bring it back out to the camera, or can you just push it through an app? Just those types of things. Can you share cameras with other users, like what we're doing with Browning right now?
Yeah.
Things like that. I don't know if you have anything to add there, Brandon.
Um, yeah, I mean, not overly, because like for the most part, everybody's on the same page, but there is a process, and I've used a ton of cameras, and some are really fast and easy, and some they put you through the ringer. So like if you're Joe buying the camera, you're in your truck setting it up, it may not be very easy. You might not enjoy that process. So
Yeah.
right, so it's I think that's a good thing to be aware of. Actually, I'll be transparent. Browning, right? Let's just talk quickly. We did our fun little cheesy video because we're not good at this stuff yet, and it's like, man, let's just rip out there and we'll set these cameras up out there. And I knew that service sucked, but I've set a camera up there before. Like I've done it with another brand, and we're not telling you who because that would defeat the whole purpose of doing the test. But yeah, I tried to hook them up, dude. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. And then there was some sort of issue connecting to a tower, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right. So like, you don't want
Tech
to be
support had
that.
to get involved.
Yeah. So like, you don't want to take our advice, go buy the camera, get out there, and it doesn't work. So I think it's a good category. I think that's a good place to have. And also just like how you find, like, some apps seem clunky, right? Like they just
For
slap a
sure.
bunch of photos in your face, and so we just want to dial that in and and just share our findings with you. And
100%.
yeah,
And probably last, and this is a category that probably hits home for a lot of us average Joes, but straight up, just the cost of the camera, just the cost of running the camera. So that includes like the initial purchase of the camera, and we'll do kind of a deeper dive into the cost of all their data plans. And
correct.
there's obviously like a basic plan, a more substantial plan, and then obviously most guys have, or most companies offer an unlimited plan type of
Mm-hmm.
deal. So just kind of dive into that, what the price points are, how much it costs for additional cameras,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah,
That all factors into it too, right? Like, you might have the best camera in the world, um,
yeah.
but it's $400 and $25 a month. Like that maybe
Right.
doesn't appeal to everybody, right? So
Yeah, 100%.
yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, there's the base plans, like you said, unlimited. Then you can get packages for video downloads, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
it
And
goes
if I'm
on and
not,
on.
yeah, like if I'm not mistaken, I think all my cameras are. You don't have all yours set up and hooked up, I don't think yet. But like, I picked the unlimited plans because that's probably what the guy's going to do. He's going to take the best bang for his buck,
Yeah,
and then he's going to run with it, right? So I'm trying to replicate that as well. Um,
yeah.
and then we'll see as it goes. Who knows? I might get frustrated and add a video package. Like, who knows? And that's something we could talk about too, right? Like, was that actually cost worth it? Was it not worth it? Blah 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 blah.
Correct. Because does these add-ons bring value to your plan and to your
Yeah,
experience with the camera itself, right? So
yeah,
yeah, there's lots to
yeah.
kind of go through on that one. That's kind of a big, deep, dark rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see at the end of the day how much we actually dive in on that. And yeah, we're just gonna rank each. So each of these categories, there might be another category we add. We're kind of batting it around right now.
Yeah,
But each category is gonna get a score out of 10. So max score is 50, and we'll kind of rank it that way to kind of keep it as objective as possible.
yeah,
And kind of at the end, we're hoping to decipher what cameras provide us hunters the best value. Um, we're looking to see which camera gives us the best quality, and just kind of like wrap it up with what we believe is the overall best camera that we tested for
yeah,
this hunting season.
yeah. Essentially, yeah, 100%. Essentially, narrow it down to if I were gonna go and buy one camera brand and run them, what are we buying?
Right.
And take that with a grain of salt, obviously, because this is the whole point of it. Maybe you don't care about the video being top notch, and you're like, hey man, I want to save money, so maybe that guy's better, right? Like, we want to be fully transparent with it. Um,
We're
Kind
just
of in
presenting the
transition to it too. Like,
yeah.
I was gonna ask you. No, I was gonna ask you like what your key points are to a camera, um and I was gonna start with mine. And you know me, and anybody who knows me, like, I'm all about video. I want the quality of the video,
Yeah.
um and battery life. Connectivity, I actually, uh, it annoys me, but cameras have come so far that their connection is better than my phone almost everywhere I go. So
Yeah.
I don't worry a ton about that anymore. But yeah, video quality. And the reason being, that I like the video and video quality is you get so much more information in a video. Like
Mm-hmm.
that elk, I posted it on the gram there today or whatever. So we got a still image. I see an elk. If that's all I got, I'd be like, oh yeah, right on. There's a bull there, and he looked like a little raghorn. So that's my information. But then you play the video, and he turns his head, and he's actually a pretty good bull. And
Yeah,
he's kind of trotting and running, and now you see the rain in the camera, and then you hear the thunder in the background. I mean, you just get more information.
for
And
sure.
when animals are rutting, like you might hear bulls bugling, you might hear cows calling behind you. It could be a whitetail and he's grunting and like it just I'm an information guy. I love learning about the animal. Like that's my obsession. I want to be the best I can possibly be. So that's why I love video and that's the important stuff to me.
For sure.
Um and then I mean, touch on what you look for in a camera too, right? Because not everybody's looking for the same things.
100%. And I'll be honest, I'm probably a little bit different than you, Brandon. I'm more into like I want to have I'm a pitcher guy. Like I'll do a
Yeah.
burst mode. I'll do like a 3 burst or something like that. Um and I'm a battery life guy.
Mm,
Um yeah, for me I've tend to put some of my cameras in some little I'm going to call them sensitive areas. I don't know if that's the best term, but bedding areas, stuff like that. And
yeah.
I really just want those cameras to soak for as long as possible. Try to gain information just through being out there all the time and not try not to disturb the area as much as possible. So for me, I'm a pitcher guy, and battery life is really probably my
Mm,
top two, I guess, criterias. And then probably my third. It's probably functionality and connectivity just because, you know, I don't hunt in places with great service and I know like it kind of pulls from all different towers, not just whatever your own specific cell phones connected to.
yeah.
But yeah, just what I want to be able to trust that what I'm getting or what's being pushed to my phone is like what is that I'm not missing anything, right?
Hmm.
That's kind of what it is for me.
No, and that's good too because that like to add to like my what I look for. I typically don't put cameras in those bedding areas and in those sensitive areas like you do. I'm I'm a huge transition guy. I love finding the animals in transition, coming and going. Um, I don't know why. I don't know why I gravitate to that so much. So for me, is it an annoyance to go and change batteries? Yeah. Would I be thrilled if I got cameras 4 hours away and they're dead? No.
No.
Um,
Well, that's the other thing too. My whitetail spots are 2.5 hour,
yeah,
or it's like 3 hours round trip, right? So
yeah.
which
Those
it sucks.
those those 2 for 24 Nomas are still pretty expensive when you gotta drive 5 hours. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's good, man. Those are good points. Yeah, I don't know, like anything else for you that you want to add? Like I know we could talk about it forever, but we're trying to just condense it and keep you guys informed on what we're doing. So
I don't really have a ton more to add. I think I'm just really excited to, I've never, to be honest, I've really only gotten into I'm a bit of a dinosaur, I guess you could call me. I haven't really gotten to the cell cam game until the last, like, call it 3 years.
yeah,
Um, so I'm really looking forward to, like, now that we have some awesome companies that have, really been generous with donating cameras. Being able to just explore and try different companies, different cell cameras, and just seeing the results. I'm just really looking forward to it.
yeah,
I'm coming
me
into
too.
this. I'm really coming into this with an open mind, and um, yeah, I just want to see how it all shakes down, honestly, and hopefully
Yeah,
capture some really good content along the way.
Well, yeah, 100%. That's to even humble myself, um, using brands that I would have never even thought to use, like Browning, for example. I would have never
That wasn't
bought a
even on my
Browning
radar.
cell cam ever. So that really shook things up in my own brain. So, and that's what I like about it. It's keeping us honest because we have an opinion, pre-opinion, just like everybody else does. But I think this keeps it genuine by having a system and going off of that. And that's what excites me because I've been looking for the camera for 5 years.
And you know what? To be honest, I don't even know if there is.
I don't think there
I
is.
don't think there
No,
is a camera that's gonna like tick all the boxes. There's always gonna be compromise somewhere.
you have to. Yeah, it reflects in price. It's an obvious, but like, hopefully we can narrow that down. And
Maybe
yeah,
shorten the learning curve for, or not, maybe not the learning curve, but the experiment for other people.
100%, dude. And maybe that's my own negligence of not actually searching to see testing, but like, to be fair to that point too, most of that testing is done in the States. Well, they're not getting minus 35 in November on a whitetail rut. So, um,
Not in most places, no.
no, so your camera testing doesn't apply to me. So, I mean, that's another point. Like, we're in the nice weather now, and in November, it's really gonna tell a story too.
Yes,
What I'm the most excited about because,
hundred
dude,
percent.
last November I was so frustrated um with battery life, and it actually altered my decisions on where I was gonna put cameras. Um, because I didn't want
Sure.
to be driving out once a week. Like, that's crazy.
Yep,
So
100%.
so we'll see. Yeah, it's exciting. Um, Follow along. Uh, I know not a lot of people comment on the podcast, like in the app and stuff, but like, hit us up on Instagram. Tell us what you use, and why.
Yeah,
Share
maybe
that
we can.
information. This isn't enclosed just to us. Like, share it, talk about it. Maybe there's a company we haven't thought of, and maybe we can reach out to them. If you're a company and you're listening, maybe you want to throw your camera in the mix. Reach out to us. Just trying to, yeah, dial that in for Alberta. Alberta seems to get left out in a lot of testing and a lot of talk when it comes to gear, in my opinion. So,
Hmm. I seen a little. I kind of want to touch on this. Maybe this is
hmm.
kind of a good segue out to a close here. But I seen a little plug for on the blood trail there. But he was talking. I seen his post. He was talking about cell cams and whether or not they're unfair. Do you want to maybe
Hmm.
touch on that quickly? Because I think that's
Yeah.
a really interesting topic, an interesting question that he asked. I'd like to get your
Yeah,
thoughts.
let's add 15-20 to that. I like that. Let's do
Yeah,
that. Okay.
I'll let you go ahead.
Are
I'm gonna
cell cams unfair? Uh, the simple answer is yes. But I think there's a hook there, and I'm going to say at the same time, no. Um, are they?
what I guess what makes you think they're unfair? Because I think it's I'm gonna go the other way.
Well, I know, but I'm answering generically. I'm not really
Okay.
answering myself. Like, it's like, are they unfair? Yes. Every added piece of tech we get is quote unquote unfair, but where's the line of fair, I guess, too, right? And you see that in America big time. There's states that are like no cell cams. There's states that you can only have cams out for 30 days. Like, it's wild. Um, so to say they're unfair, I'm going to say, yeah, it gives you a huge advantage. But I'm going to contradict that and say I personally don't think they are
Okay.
um based off of, dude, it's a camera looking 40 yards max on
Yeah.
in a piece of pie, and if you don't put that camera in the perfect pie shape, you're missing stuff anyways. So why is it wrong to have information sent to you while you're grinding your blue collar job and you got your wife and your kids that you prioritize, and then you got all these other commitments, and you can't sit on the side of the road with a spotting scope staring into the bush in 10 different places? Like, no, like I think it's a huge tool. I think it's a huge advancement. And it doesn't mean you're killing everything just because
I
you have a cell cam.
I totally agree. I think it makes the average guy, it allows them to make better decisions.
Yes.
That doesn't necessarily equal success all the time. If that
No,
makes sense.
man, no. But like, but for example, like when we were hunting Buzz and that little bit of an era, which is crazy to think that's already 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, but like cell cams at that time, for me, I just got permission on that piece because I got burnt from the other one.
Hmm.
I think I touched on it before. Like I was emotionally wrecked. I was ready to throw in the towel. Thank goodness my wife just pumped me up and was like, no, 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 no. Like that's not like you. But anyways, it's a new piece of property. Yes, I know how to scout. Yes, I know what I look for. Could I have just hung a tree stand and hunted it? 100%. But to have, I think I only had maybe two, three cell cams in various places. It immediately showed me information. It showed me actually, that's what I love about video. You can see when does are going to become receptive because they start hitting scrapes. They
Yeah.
start sniffing scrapes. Catching bucks on camera. We caught video of that 7x4, that big giant mega. Um, and then you get to dissect that information. And if the camera shows the barometric pressure, which is a whole other angle, I don't have that figured out. The Drury brothers do. I don't. But barometric pressure, you can notice just similarities. So I mean, it helps you make better decisions.
I totally agree there, and I don't know if, and I don't know if this is unfair, but I'm going to tell a story about, just quickly, about a hunt that I had last year before I shot my buck.
Sure.
Um, I was hunting that. I don't know if you saw that. I'm sure maybe guys on Instagram saw that pretty nice whitetail I posted when we
That
announced the trail
that
camera test.
big heavy baseball bat beam. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Mm,
trying to hunt him, and I just didn't have. I kind of honestly, I stumbled across him. I was just hanging cameras in a new area. He was like the second deer to show up, so I'm like, I got to give it a shot.
mm-hmm.
And I was after this other buck, a couple miles away, but I was torn, and I ended up going after this baseball bat buck, and I was sitting there, and I'm just like, this doesn't feel right. Like I just haven't put enough time in here to understand these deer yet.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna back out, and I got into a place where I got reception. Boom! Instantly got this perfectly clean 5x5 on the stand I was gonna hunt, dog and a doe. So I like boogied in there again, making better decisions, and
Mm-hmm.
I went in there, and within 20 minutes, I had him at like 60 yards. I didn't. I ended up passing him, but in that circumstance, I had real time information that was like,
Mm-hmm.
there is a buck chasing a doe at my stand.
Right.
Get in there, right? So
So
like,
then, right. So let me ask a question.
yeah,
How much different is that? Okay. How much different is getting a trail camera photo or video sent to you in real time? How much different is that than your buddy a mile away driving or hunting a different quarter saying, dude, I just saw a giant coming your way? What's the
um,
difference? It's information. No?
it is, but I don't have to. I'm not. It's just like, yeah. The only difference is I'm not. I don't. I guess I don't have another person. But yeah,
No,
like
no, that's what I
it's.
mean. That's what I'm saying. The unfair advantage of a trail camera. How of a cell cam? It's not unfair. What's the difference? If your camera is acting as just another resource, as if your buddy were there telling you that he saw something. They're kind of the same thing to me.
I guess it's two different scenarios. I think the question would be, the question, or the scenario is, if I only had a traditional camera,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't make that decision,
Fair. 100%.
right?
Yep.
I wouldn't have that information to make that decision. I'd have to go in there and grab the card and read it,
Well, yeah, you'd be a year behind
right? I'd
because
be
you'd pull it at the end of season and see this giant buck and then go, oh man,
right. He was in there the whole time. I had no
yeah.
idea.
Now, next year, sure. Yeah, of course, you got next year, but it doesn't help you this year.
Yeah, I think in that maybe in that particular situation, yeah, like there is a level of like, it I'm not going to say it puts you on an even playing field with the deer, but it kind of puts you on an even playing field with the deer to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
To an extent. I'm not saying, there's still a lot of things that have to go right
Oh yeah.
in order to make it
Still,
happen, but
still have to hunt them.
like I'll be in my stand and I've got cameras, strung all the way through the bush and I'm getting live updates of deer that are moving through.
Mm-hmm.
It does paint a picture of what's happening where you're not at.
100%. I mean,
Uh,
me and you witnessed last year with my brother.
yeah,
He was blowing us both up, and when he had cell reception, but like, right, he was trying to make the man. I got that giant on camera there, or whatever, the night before. Where should I go sit there? And then he went and hunted that, but he had he had no phone reception. Nothing happened there. So then he got reception, gets pictures and videos of deer right at his stand. So then he's like, "Well, I don't. They're too close. I'm not gonna be able to get in." And we encouraged him, "No, dude, slip in. Like, you're gonna be fine. Everything's noisy. Just get in and get up there and get ready." And if he didn't have that information, he who knows what he might have done. He might have just went back to camp that night because he felt defeated. But he got a little bit of information and ended up killing his first whitetail buck with a bow.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, exactly. So I don't know if that's
is that cheating?
is that unfair? I don't know.
I
Like
don't know. Yeah, sorry, is that unfair to be? Yeah, not cheating. Is I guess cheating, but is that unfair? I
is it
don't know.
unfair? Is it
I don't know.
I can see both sides of it. Like if I'm hunting and I see that information, I don't know if it's unfair, but it does like allow you to make better decisions.
Yeah, I agree.
Scouting, I don't like if you're using it as a scouting tool, like if you're sitting at work and your camera dings, like what it doesn't matter.
It
It really
doesn't
does.
do. It doesn't change
For me,
anything.
it doesn't change anything. I can't get out
No.
there, like whatever.
Yeah.
I just think if in the act of hunting, I'm not saying it's unfair, but I can see both sides, and kind of sitting on the fence here a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I can see both sides of it. But I think at the end of the day, like it allows you to make better decisions, but you still have to put it all together. There's still lots more pieces to the puzzle that have to happen.
Yeah. You still have to hunt.
Yeah.
100%. Would Here's a question: if Alberta banned cell cams,
Uh huh.
what would that do for you? How would you feel about that?
Um, it wouldn't hurt my feelings.
No.
I wouldn't like it because I do appreciate the technology.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just think like the way I hunt. I'm gonna say like the way I traditionally hunt elk. I don't hang any cameras. I just go find the one that wants to play, so that doesn't really
Yeah.
bother me.
Yeah.
Um, Whitetail hunting. It would suck if I was exploring new areas, I think, but
Yeah.
I guess selfishly speaking, I know my area is pretty good, and I haven't had to move from them for a while, so
Mm-hmm.
um, today it wouldn't hurt. I wouldn't feel affected by it, but if I was a guy exploring new land, like far away from home, yeah, that would impact me 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be. Yeah.
What about you?
I think I'm same page. It's I love because I love using them more for the scouting aspect to know.
Yes.
Um, it's like just the example of last year going to a new area, last ditch effort for elk, and then yes, I got to physically have a screaming match, kind of bugle session with one, had an opportunity, but to now in turn this year, now I want to learn more. So sure, there's a bull, and he had cows. But what else is there? What do they do? Are they stationary? Do they roam? Like having that little bit of information for me because it's an isolated area, right? It's not like
Hmm.
you're just going and bouncing ridges looking for a bugle. So I'm trying to almost hunt them like whitetail, essentially. So for me, it's important.
Right.
I want to see when they're moving, where they're moving, how many times a week did that bull or cows come through. Um, it's just more information. So that in that side of it, yeah, it would bother me a little bit from the exploring point. Um, because I've also put them up in areas of permission where I was so discouraged, and I was like, "There's no way a deer even lives here."
Right.
Like last year, that Bobby Big Beams, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I walked when I first went in there. It just looked like the worst cattle grazing lease you've ever seen. Like it didn't even look huntable. Not even finding tracks. Like there was just no sign. And it's like, well, throw up a couple cams and I made a mock scrape and boom, it gave me information. I was right. There was no deer there, but they cruised it. They went
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah.
So, right? So there was
100.
information. It's better. Like to me, that's just there's more value there. So it would bother me for the new area aspect of it. You really don't need to know every deer and every animal that's moving through every property once you kind of have a little bit of a grasp of it. Is it nice? Yeah, everybody loves getting a big whitetail on your phone and ooh, new video, right? Whatever. But um, I think I'd get over it quickly, personally. I'd still use trail cams if you could use non-cells. I'd still run them. I'd run the heck out of them. Don't
I
get me
still
wrong.
use non-cells
Um,
to this day.
yeah,
Um,
I'm I'm
so
actually
this,
turning a leaf. I'm enjoying them in a different way than I have before. So it's cool.
right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. It'll be
Yeah.
interesting. Like those, not a plug or anything, but those Browning non-cells are just like incredible for detail. Their picture
Yeah.
quality is like through the
Yeah.
roof.
That
You
blew
couldn't
me
believe
away.
it. Yeah. So would it be
Yeah.
fair to say
Blew me
then, kind of
away.
just circling back, like I think it's
Mm.
fair to say, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but like cell cams do increase hunter success rates. It has to. No?
Yeah, it has to. I don't have this. Obviously, I don't have stats,
I
but I
don't
mean,
I don't think there's anything to
yeah, I mean, it
quantify
has
that, but
to.
it's kind of a subjective statement on my end, but it has to, no?
Yeah, I think it has to. Yeah. I mean,
It just makes everyone better.
yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, you broke up on that one.
Oh, I was just saying gonna say like it just makes anybody that uses them effectively, it just makes them better.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. You could break that down into anything, right? If you got crappy binos and you can't see past 150 yards, and now all of a sudden you got better binos and you can see 500 yards, it makes you better.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I would say cell cams would amount to overall success for sure. For sure.
I just
That's
wonder
why
if
you use them. Why else would
yeah,
we use them if they didn't
that's
help
true.
us?
We didn't think it would help us. You're absolutely right.
I mean,
I mean, some of that stuff is placebo, and some of it's like actually helps you. You know,
yeah.
um, I just wonder, like, we have the cell cameras now. Like, I wonder what the next big, if there is another advancement in trail cameras moving forward. You can talk about
Mm.
picture quality, like stuff like that. I just wonder if there's anything left to
Yeah, where does it go from
where does
there?
it go from here. I've always wondered that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what that looks like.
That's a good question. Because you got the on demand, you got these live views where lithium rechargeable batteries, where internal storage, dual band antennas. So I mean, I don't know. I
Where
mean,
do you?
actually, Spy Point has intrigued me. I don't know if it's out yet, but they've got that satellite cell cam.
Oh,
It's going to be able to send pictures over satellite instead of cellular.
that could be. I wonder what the cost plan on that would be.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you break that one down, but that's intriguing.
That's got to be
Um,
where it goes, so you can get
I'll be
connectivity anywhere.
honest. Well, that and I gotta be honest, man. I maybe like more Bluetooth stuff. Like I I don't have obviously deep pockets, and I'm not an engineer, but like I think personally for those guys, like they tried it with a cell link, SpyPoint did, but like something that's like connectivity, like a Bluetooth from camera to this extra device that gives you that cellular capability, um, where they could be linked together, so then you
Hmm.
can truly transform any camera into cellular or satellite. Like I don't know, but I don't feel like it's like, oh, did you see what WiseEye came up with this year, and it blows everybody out of the water. I don't. I think we're. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think we're. I think we kind of peaked out on the next level stuff. I don't know.
Well, maybe we can. I know we've
What do you
batting the
think?
idea around. I honestly don't know what direction it goes in. I think what's Bypoint,
Yeah,
if what's Bypoint's doing is true, I haven't heard that. But if they're talking about satellite, um, I guess connectivity, that could be. I think that's where it goes next. So you can have the ability to
yeah,
push pictures through
that'll
and
be the big
anywhere in
one,
the world.
right? Like our iPhones do it. So,
Yeah, I
well,
think that's
like
logically that
obviously the
makes sense
tech
to
is
me.
there. It's just what's that price? What's that price tag going to be? Yeah,
Yeah, can they make it affordable for the average guy
because
to make it work?
that's just it. That's just it. Can it be affordable?
Um, I know we were batting around possibly
Hmm.
getting some of these companies that were involved in the test on a podcast, and maybe that's a good question we can ask them in the
Correct.
future.
Yeah, absolutely. Because yeah, that's I guess that's one part we left out is whoever we deem well, maybe top two, right? It's not because we're not like putting a belt on a company and saying they're the heavyweight champion or anything, but like I think the top two is what we were discussing. But
Yeah,
whoever kind of wins the overall. We're gonna have somebody from their company hop into an episode and talk all things geeky.
yeah, get
And
geeky with
that'd
it.
be a really good, yeah, that'd be a really good question to ask. Is like, where do you go from here? Where does it go? Where do you take it?
Yeah, what's coming down the pipe for us
Especially,
consumers?
yeah, especially with an American market where they're banning them, right? Like, because let's be honest, Canada's market isn't put
We're
keeping
not
these guys in
huge.
business.
No,
No.
God no.
So, where does it go? Or are we just gonna have 100 different companies, right? Because now everybody can do it. Like
Hmm.
I don't know.
I wonder how guys like, and this is kind of going down a bit of rabbit holes. I'll keep it short, but you think about like Seek One and those
Hmm.
guys that are all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, what would they do if they didn't have cell cameras?
Yeah.
Would they be
Yeah,
as?
I mean,
I'm not.
well, you just,
I'm not taking away from their ability to hunt at all because they're unbelievable hunters. But like, it's got that would have to play a
yeah,
factor in their overall success of their business and their everything that they're doing to a certain level.
yeah. You kind of broke up there, but I think it was enough to catch. Um, but yeah, I mean, because it would definitely change things for them. It has to, but like, kind of kick it old school because we can't forget, like 20 years ago, cell cams were not even a thing. Cell phones barely were, and I mean, I was finding big deer.
We were
Um,
throwing film in cameras at that point.
I know. Like, well, yeah, legitimately, I think that's when I got my first couple 35 mil cameras. I think I still have photos, dude, from one of my first ones. Which is cool. I got some pics of whitetail and velvet and stuff.
Yeah,
But like,
that's awesome.
I think I still have the photos. That's what's crazy. I think I just saw them the other day. But it was just fun. I mean, it was just in a way it would force people to go a little more old school, and I think it would make hunting harder again. Um, and I see that's the thing. I don't think that's a bad thing.
I
It's
don't think
just
it's a bad
selfishly
thing either.
I just don't want it. I just don't want it to be. But like, I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah,
Um, because now you can go to Cabela's and buy a $400 kit bow, $200 on camo, uh, two cell cams, like $1,000, $1,200. You're hunting,
yeah, you can get
and
pretty salty with it.
yeah, and I mean it gives the guy a good chance, and I'm not saying that it shouldn't give the guy a chance, but it 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 just ups the bounty, and it just doesn't make it as hard, like because it's funny. Like here's a little thing. Like Elijah last year when he hunted with me for his first time ever, and he's not an outdoorsy kid, so for him to come into it This is totally foreign to him, but like he always sees like trail cam videos and my photos and talking about it and all these things. And he honestly, in his mind, thought you just show up and sit down because there's a camera there. So one of those, that big buck, he's just going to show up, right?
He's
Like,
just relating to the technology and not the actual
yeah,
aspect of hunting. Yeah.
of hunting itself, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
he was so put off by it. And I also think that can be a downside to it to new hunters. It would make it less enjoyable and you just forget to be present and and learn, right? And just learn. And yeah, yeah, I
I
don't
think
know.
a good way to sum it up is like we came from an era where we didn't have any of this, so we can appreciate what it's like to hunt. Kind of, I'm gonna air quote here, old school.
Yeah,
So we can appreciate the technology we have today, but know that it's not like a video game. You know,
right. Well,
you
yeah,
still
that's a good
gotta
way to put it.
apply your skills and your knowledge that you've gained from 20 years of hunting, right?
Right. Well, actually, it's funny. I just mentioned that about Elijah, but I bring it up all the time that this year is going to be much different for me and my accountability aspect of being a hunter is I pass too many deer and stuff. Like I've missed a lot of opportunity. And it doesn't fully bother me, but like let's just kind of put it this way. If I didn't have cell cams in the last 6 years, I would have shot the first 130 that showed up.
Right.
And it would have been rewarding. But now that they're cell cams and I knew that there was a 160 with a bunch of stickers on them, well, I can't. If I shoot the 130, I can't shoot the 160.
Do you think that maybe that's another question. Do you think that sucks maybe some of the joy out of hunting to
I think
maybe a little bit?
I think so, dude. It destroyed me last year. Like
I
I
remember
think
because you're
somewhere on
like, oh my,
Instagram I made a video and then I had a humbling moment where it's like, man, like you just got to get out and enjoy it. I think it does take away, man. Honestly.
I remember you're like, oh, my cams are dead, like I got nothing on camera.
I know.
And then I'm
I was
like, get your
so
ass
yeah,
out there. And I
I
remember
know.
you went down south there where Bobby Big Beams, and you watched that buck walk behind your camera in real
Yeah.
life. And I'm like,
Yeah.
see, like you just got to be there.
Yeah. I know. That's just it. Like that's a perfect example. Like yeah, pin me to it and be raw because yeah, that moment, that day, yeah, the buck skirted the ridge. Never didn't give a crap about that scrape. Skirted the ridge. I watched him. It happened so fast because I was just so narrow minded. I was narrow minded, is what I was. I was so focused on cameras, and they're gonna come right down that same line. It's yeah, it bothers me that I let myself get there. But yeah, watch that buck leave. I don't know where he went. A shooter, especially call it last whatever that. I think it was last week
Yeah.
of the season. Like shooter 130 easy. Like he was a shooter. Um, and then I catch that one of my target bucks, like because there's Bobby Big Beams, and then there's that really cool. He was super tall. I could pull up the photo sometime, but and then I catch him coming across the wide open crap that I was discouraged. There's no way deer's going to be here, and here he is going right through the middle of it.
Yeah.
And I just didn't have my crap in order, and could have made the questionable shot that people make as soon as you stepped in the brush, but I just didn't.
Yeah.
Um, but that was just from being there. That wasn't from a camera. If I was sitting at home, there's no deer there, but
I'm not.
there's two bucks in 45 minutes. So
Yeah, I think it's just a good lesson. Like, cameras have come so far, and technology's great, and it helps us make more decisions. But you're not seeing. You just got a piece of the puzzle. You're not seeing the whole picture. And I think
100%.
people just need to remember that. You know, um, it's a good lesson for you. Honestly, even though like I didn't go through it, I've thought those things before, and it was a good reminder for me that like there's more to the bush than what your little tiny lens is seeing, right? In that camera.
100%.
So
100%. And it's easy to say, oh no, I'm not. I'll never get to that point. But man, I got there last year. It was a rough year for me mentally. Like I was in shambles, and yeah, I just don't want to get back to that. I don't want to get back there, right? It's easy to too. Even my camera's in the bow zone. I'm like, man, they're dead. I haven't had a deer on them in a week. It's like, dude, shut up. It's July.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no point to the pattern now, anyways.
Yeah,
Coming into August, maybe last week of August, if there nothing's been on it, raise an eyebrow, but it still doesn't change anything. Like,
correct.
if I sat in that stand and nothing came through, there's still nothing coming through. It's not like you can't change that. You can't manipulate that and change that variable and make your cameras have photos, and now all of a sudden you can go kill them.
So
It's
maybe
just
maybe I'd like to maybe change my statement. I know I've said it a couple times already on this, so but like these cell cameras can make you make better decisions, but it can also make you make poor decisions as well if you're not seeing things, even though
huh,
right, like it can
both
go to both ends of the spectrum. I guess that's a good
both
way
ways,
to put
man.
it. Yeah.
But dude, straight up, I remember last year Bozone, and I was being whiny. I think that was my whiniest season I've ever had. I'm sure you, Slagger, Dad, Ty, everybody was just fed up with me. My wife was definitely fed up with me. Um, but I remember it was cold. I think I slept in. It was just a rough start, but I ended up getting in my stand and pushing through it. I think it was just a little later. Like, I'm talking like not an hour before dark. I was like 10 minutes before legal.
Yeah,
That's sleeping in, right? Um, but again, if you based everything off a trail camera, dude, I would have never witnessed what I saw. And I saw that giant friggin' mule deer skirt the whole bush. There was no camera there to tell me he was coming through. Right? And I got to physically witness him with like 15 does. I mean,
that's
yeah, you
cool.
just can't rely on them though, right? That's my point. If I sat at home and they didn't go off, it's not worth hunting. Well, yeah, it is. Get your get your butt out there.
You just never know.
You just don't know. They could they could go a million different ways. A tree could have fell over in the bush on the leading trail that you don't even know about, and they're like, "Hey, that's new. I don't like this," and they go a different way.
Yep. Make a new
Doesn't mean they're
trail.
going to jump it. That's their home. Something's new. They don't like it. I'm going this way, and now you don't have a picture, so you're going to sit at home.
Right.
I don't know. Don't let me do that crap again this year.
I'm just gonna refer you back to this episode at about
Yeah,
minute 50.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, yeah, I got it dialed in at what would that probably be, about 48 minutes. Start listening again.
Yeah. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, I got a link for you. I'll link you. Add it to
Awesome.
your favorite. Add it to your favorites. But yeah, no, that's good, man. I think that's like I said, this is an episode we could talk about forever. That was not the intention. Um, although I do like it, I could keep going, but um,
I think
yeah, I don't know.
we need to save some trail cam talk for postseason
Yeah, the
results. And
postseason, that'll be a good one. That'll be a really good one. Um,
again though, like I know I said it already, but super thankful to all the companies that
yes,
donated to the cause. You know, we'll won't shout you all out now, but we'll obviously give you that exposure moving forward here, and
yep,
really looking forward to it.
yep. Me too. Me as well. Yeah, absolute big thank you, big shout out. It's It'd make things a lot harder if you didn't have that support and companies to see what we're doing as being good and authentic. That's why they're doing it. They don't just give you stuff if there's no credibility. So that's like a huge compliment as far as the podcast goes.
Hmm.
Um, so thank you. Yeah, thank you to everybody for that, and to the listeners and everybody that's been sticking through this thing. It's been a ride. It's been fun. Um,
We're just
and
getting
I hope
started.
this. Oh, honestly, man, this is gonna be a banger year. I know it, and yeah, just buckle up, follow, like, come join us, right? Come along with us. Hopefully, we're building you up and helping you too to be a little better than you were yesterday, and yeah, man, Gonna be a banger year.
Hopefully, maybe I don't know if it's in the cards yet, but maybe, just maybe, we might throw some video content out there from the hunting aspect, the actual hunts
Yeah,
themselves. That would be
yeah,
nice. We
yeah.
can
That's a
pull that together.
little snippet if you made it this far. We really want to try to put some film together. Um, she's gonna be a little Wild West. I'm not going to buy no. I don't even know the terminology. I'm not buying $1,000 DSLR with mics and wireless stuff. It's gonna be however we can make it happen. But um, yeah, just to preview it, if it all goes down, Lord willing, we got like those giant whitetail up in your North Country there. Got some bow zone activity. Hopefully it is anything like it was last year. There's big opportunity there. Elk.
It's always on the
Um,
menu.
elk is on the menu. Um,
You got
and
your
and
moose draw.
I got my bull moose draw, so that would be a fun one to try to film. I think that'd be an easier one to film
Yes,
with another
I agree.
guy. Solo maybe not, but with somebody else, that one would be cool too. So we're gonna
I would
try to put
happily
some
film
film together.
you moose hunting. That'd be sick.
That would be, and mutually, like you got your boson moose too, if we can make it work. So we're gonna
Yeah.
try to get that video content out there. It's the day and age we're in. People like watching stuff. I get sucked into it too. Nobody wants to read anymore. Um, so we're gonna try to put some stuff together for sure.
Awesome.
All right, fella. Well, it's not really a hot seat. We're a little past that, so we'll leave it out of that and yeah, get ready for the next one.
Right on. Thanks, everybody.
Yes, thank you.